Today, I'm excited to tell you about an interview that Art and I recently did. As you may know, here on this channel, we've been trying to do some creator interviews. And so that was what first prompted this interview. These are our new friends, Will and Odette with Life on Purpose Off-Grid. And the reason why I connected with them was because they are on a very similar journey to us. But they just started their channel just a few months ago. I actually just found them in January, and then Art started following them as well. And we just have a lot in common with them, and I'm excited about the path that they are going down because it's so similar to ours. So I just wanted to share this with you today. Now, I do have to tell you that because I wanted to interview them about the creator journey, but I really wanted to interview them about their homestead off-grid journey, right? Most of this interview I cut out for the other channel, for our Second Mile DIY channel. So I'm putting this video on both channels, but I'm changing the video up, okay? So if there's any repeats in the video, it's going to be very few things that are repeated, so that if you feel a connection with them, if you like what they're talking about in this video, I do encourage you to go check out their channel. Again, that's Life on Purpose Off-Grid, but also to come over to Second Mile DIY and watch the rest of the interview. I'm trying to save the part where we're talking more about homestead related stuff or off-grid stuff. I left those for that video. So I tried to keep this one focused on their creator journey, or just a few little details about them as people in general, so that you can kind of get to know what they are like. And then hopefully you'll go check out their channel, and maybe this will inspire you to think about growing your own food or doing something to help with sustainability. You know, that's what our channel is all about, our other channel. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Oh, this we did have a lot of technical difficulties. So this interview is a couple of weeks old at this point, because I have had so many technical issues, and you will see that in the video. So I apologize for any of the jump cuts or anything, but please help me welcome Will and Odette with Life on Purpose Off-Grid.
I'm Will Hooks.
And I'm Odette Hooks.
And together we are
Life on Purpose Off-Grid.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So for the viewers, I'll say the way that we kind of found each other, I don't remember if it was Think Media or vidIQ, but one of you had left a comment, and when I saw your comment, I saw your name, and I thought, Life on Purpose Off-Grid, that sounds like they are on the same journey that we're on. And so I went and looked at your channel, and I was like, oh gosh, yes. And then I remember in the beginning, I was having to refrain myself, because like I would watch a video of yours, but it would be like every 2 minutes you would say something that it would click with me, and I would just have to comment. And I was leaving ridiculous amounts of comments on some of your videos.
It's okay.
It's good for the algorithm anyway, right?
Right. It's okay. It's okay.
So tell us about your family. Do you have 2 sons? Is that right?
We have 2 sons and 1 daughter.
And 1 daughter. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now,
one's an electrician, right?
Well, that is funny that you made that comment, Art, because he's actually not a certified electrician. He just he's learned these things along the way.
That's even better.
When he was in the military, they switched him over from medic into engineering, and so he learned a lot in the engineering area. Well, awesome. And he had to work on plane engines and things like that. So he just learned a lot of stuff.
Well, good.
That is
Jack of all
awesome.
trades.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome.
He put his skills to work because he purchased himself an RV.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he literally took it all the way down to basically
he stripped the walls off of it.
To the frame. And,
wow.
And he rebuilt it up, and so he discovered a lot about electricity and solar and.
Well,
he's teaching us.
Right.
Yeah.
he's teaching us.
Now, did he do a YouTube channel when he did his RV? Because I know there's a bunch out
No,
there.
we were trying to get him to do one, but he didn't.
He didn't. Okay, I was gonna say
No.
there's a lot of channels out there where they have big
Right.
followings because they're doing that. They're showing people how they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what branch of the military was he in?
He was in the Air Force.
Oh, my son is Air
Yeah.
Force also.
I see.
Awesome.
Okay.
I see your hat. You're airborne.
Army, yeah.
Army airborne. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Thank you for your service, man.
Well, both
Yeah.
of us.
Yes.
So both of you. Thank you both.
Awesome. Yeah.
Branch Army also. Both
Yeah.
Army.
Yeah,
Is
good.
that-
Yeah, we met. We met.
We
in the
met
Army.
there. Yeah.
That's
Really?
what I was gonna ask. Awesome.
All right.
Now, how long
We
have you
met
been married?
in
33.
30
Over. Yeah, 33.
33
years.
heading to 34.
Oh,
That's
congratulations.
awesome. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Well, cool.
That is so cool. Now, okay, your kids, how old are each of them?
So the youngest, he's 20.
Okay.
The oldest son is 27, and our daughter is 35.
Okay. And then how many grandkids?
3.
3.
2 granddaughters, and 1 boy.
Oh, and what are the age ranges on those?
Okay, here we go. We got a newborn in December.
Oh.
Isaac will be 5 in June, and Lyric just turned 9 in January.
Lyric. I love that name.
That's
That's
a beautiful
so
name.
cute. That is
You
so
have a
awesome.
handful.
Now, do they all live nearby, or do some of them live far away?
No, only one lives nearby.
Oh, okay.
Just one. Yeah.
Is that Lyric?
Yeah.
Okay, she's
That's
the
the
one
one,
that's in some videos, right?
That was in the, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Between the two of us, we've got 7, and all of ours
Okay.
live nearby. But my only grandson of my own is my oldest son. He lives in North Carolina now, and we're in Oklahoma. So, but
Gotcha.
I
The
get to
distance,
see.
we understand.
Yeah, it's so hard, but so much fun. Okay, so tell us what prompted your journey into trying to go off grid.
Let you start that.
It's her fault.
Okay.
So were we dating, or had we just gotten married?
We weren't married yet. It was about 2 weeks before we got married when you
Okay.
said that to me.
So
Yeah.
we're engaged, and we're at this time we were in Germany. We met in Germany,
Awesome.
Okay.
and so we were engaged, and I suggested to my then fiance, who would be my wife, I said, "Hey, let's get a farm."
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm a Georgia native. I took my first breath in the sweet onion city of Vidalia, Georgia.
Awesome.
Right? My wife is a Yankee.
Okay.
Okay, so she's from New York, right?
Okay.
And you're talking about basically, we were young then, and our mindset wasn't where it is today.
He's being nice. My mindset was nowhere near where I am today.
And so she completely rejected the idea of no farming for me, no nature for me. So
I actually remembered exactly what I said to him
Uh-oh.
that day. I remember it, and I could just go back and just strangle her. But I remember telling him, he said, "You wouldn't move on a farm with me?" And I looked at him and I said, with so much love and compassion in my eyes, I said, "Baby, I will love you from a distance." No.
No can do.
yeah,
And I really loved him, but I could not see that. Not someone, I still had my New York. I was so fresh. The city was still in me so fresh. I still had my accent. My New York accent was so strong back then. And I just loved being in the city. And I just could not see myself being that far away from from what I thought was life back then.
So
Right.
Green Acres didn't work for me.
I see. Okay, just one time in New York accent, say coffee.
Coffee.
That's right. That's right. Some coffee. That's right. Good deal. You don't hear that often down here. Well, that's interesting that you come from the big city and then you're from Georgia. Now, how big is Vidalia, Georgia? Is it did you come from a big community or was it outskirts or?
It would be
Rural?
considered rural.
Rural? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, all of Oklahoma is rural. No, I'm just kidding. We're
No.
not. You'd think from. Well, that's neat. So you guys are you guys in a rural area now? Are you in a suburb or in off
We're in the burbs,
burbs?
Yeah.
so
Okay.
we're like probably 22, 23 miles from the heart of downtown Atlanta.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So
Yep.
have you made a decision yet? I know in one video you were kind of toying with different states. Have you are you leaning one way or another?
I know we're not staying here anymore. After the research, I know we're not going to stay in Georgia. We know
Okay.
that.
Look,
But what you
the one that's risen to the top quicker than the others has been Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama.
It it's got a lot of what we're looking for. So far, so we're not settled yet, but that's the top contender right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I've worked in Alabama a few times. Birmingham's very hot. Uh, Mobile, Alabama is very hot. Uh, all that southern area is really hot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
it's not as it's not as dense,
right.
and so that's really a factor that we're looking for. Actually, where we presently live, if we could have taken a picture then,
About 22 years ago when we first moved here.
right, and what it
Yeah.
has become, we never would have guessed it. Never would have
Right.
guessed
Wow.
it. So it's like, and we came here because at the time we thought we were, getting
Kinda-
away.
Right.
right. I
Yeah.
think that's the case in a lot of areas. I mean, in the town that Shayla lives in, Owasso, Oklahoma, I used to
Mhm.
work there 25 years ago, and that town was a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma, but wasn't half the city that it is now. So
Okay.
what used to be the outskirts of town is really just, I mean, in the heart of Owasso now. So I think
Right.
that's one. I'm not speaking for you, Shayla, but that's probably one of the reasons why you had the idea or like the country life.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes.
No, well, now I was at the chamber. I was with the chamber for 8 years and never actually dreamed that I would ever leave that until right during the pandemic. Like, just something clicked in me, something changed, and I realized I have given my blood, sweat, and tears for this job, and it can be taken away in an instant. And what am I doing this for? I have missed my kids growing. They grew up, and I was so busy working, I missed it,
Right.
And I just,
Right.
started expanding my garden because our hours had been cut and everything. So I just had more time in my garden, and I realized this is what I want to do. I don't want to give my life to a company anymore. I want to be in nature and do
Right.
that.
Yes.
And
Right.
then when Art and I
Right.
met, we were kind of on the same path, and we just clicked over that, and we had a lot of the same goals
Right.
and visions.
I get it. My son got into gardening. My oldest son got into gardening when he was, I don't know, Christopher might have been 9 or 10. And we went to his grandfather's house, and he has a nice size garden. He lives in North Carolina. He has a beautiful, huge garden. And my son became very interested in it. So via the phone, my son was able to communicate back and forth with his grandfather on how to start a small garden in the back.
That
And of
is
course, I'm mom, so I have to help him.
yeah.
And I found out, now I'm the type of person, I don't like every year going out into the yard and planting annual flowers. In my mind, I just don't see the point because it's just not my thing. Nothing against anyone else, but it's just not my thing. But when I started growing food and I started seeing it go from the seed unto the, from the seed to the flower and to the vegetable or the fruit, something clicked inside of me.
Yeah.
And every year I started helping my son and learning more and more and more. And then I was like, I don't just like camping because I've kind of always been with nature. Even when I was in New York, I loved to go to summer camp in Virginia. And I loved it. but I just kind of fell in love with it at that point. And I told my husband, I really love to grow food. And it just kind of, the whole being outside and the farming thing. I think my husband was just praying and all these years, I think that's what happened. Yeah. And so I really love it. I want the whole 9 yards, the cows, the chickens, the goat, everything.
I do too. Yep. That's awesome. So when you guys do find property, that is your plan to get the animals and everything?
Yes.
Right. A full-fledged homestead.
Yes. Awesome. So will your sons, will any of them relocate with you, or are they staying put?
Well, the sons are relocating.
They are. Okay.
Our oldest son, when we asked him which state would he prefer of the four, a resounding Alabama came. He had no reservation. Yeah, he had no reservation.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Now the youngest one,
who knows, right?
Florida.
He wants to go to Florida.
Because when we vacation, we've been vacationing in Florida since he was 3. So I'm trying to convince him that, son, vacationing in Florida and living in Florida are going to be quite different.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And he's
For
20,
sure.
you said?
He's 20.
Okay, yeah. My 20-year-old just moved to Colorado, so that was heartbreaking for me. I only have one left that's here nearby. I have 4.
As a mom, I get it.
How long have you guys had a YouTube channel?
We literally started that YouTube channel on December 23rd of last year.
Of last year.
So it's been, it hasn't been 2 months. Wow. It hasn't been 2 months. So that's what I'm saying. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're learning.
It's a journey, isn't it? It's a journey. I mean, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And our channel is trying to make sure that we give the most realistic, how it all goes. One of the videos that we put up, I think was with the wood, when we was hauling all that wood, and I just kept looking at all the video footage, and I say, babe, there would be hours and hours of footage just for one video if we put it all up. So I just put in the text to let everybody know we have to cut a lot of this short because we just can't get it all in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to see us carry wood for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're the same way. We used to have, in the beginning, I could not figure out how is everybody going through their footage, because it was taking me hours and it was bogging everything down, and then I was constantly having to delete things, and then that's when I realized that I needed an external hard drive, and once we got that made everything so much easier.
Right.
See, our oldest son he's the tech guy.
Oh, okay.
And so what we don't know as far as the computer, so we kind of knew a long time ago to get external hard drives because of our youngest son. He edits.
Oh.
So
okay.
he has a lot of hard drives. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That's good. I always
external hard drives.
Yeah. I always, with all 4 of my boys, I tried to push them all into IT or computer, something electronic like that. None of them did it, and I was like, but I need you guys. I need you to learn this because I don't have the patience anymore.
Well, I understand.
Listen, it is such a blessing to be able to pick my phone up and call my son and say, son, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And he can walk through it right over the phone. He doesn't even have to come over sometimes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He can diagnose it just by what you're telling him, and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad you know it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Now, calling them when you start having farm animals. See what kind of if you get the same kind of eagerness to help.
I know it, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So, Odette, what changed your mind about wanting to go off grid?
One was the fact I fell in love with gardening. 2, I think I miss the freedom of life.
Yes.
I miss I don't know, just life was different you know, 25, 30 years ago, life was different. I feel it's like everybody has their hand in the pot of our life, you know, from the electric company to the water company to, you know, just everybody to the HOA. And it's I think it's ridiculous. This is just us, that we pay for this house. We pay taxes on this house, but so many other entities can come in and tell us how to run our house.
Right.
And I don't like that. I think it's the freedom that I miss. When I go out onto my deck, it is, well, up until about 3 years ago, it is so peaceful. Whenever the pandemic ended is when it really happened. It was so peaceful to go out on my back deck and just hear the birds in the morning, because believe it or not, you know, the HOA is not great, but the community that we live in, it's a very quiet community. So I really enjoy listening to the birds in the morning chirp. And once they finish opening up that road over there, the trees are almost gone. I see traffic going back and forth. I hear traffic going back and forth early in the morning. And I really think I just miss my peace and quiet. And I think that that's what on the inside of me is just really hastened, that I'm ready to go and live off grid. 100%. I'm okay. We've both been in the military. We know what it's like to be out in the woods.
Yeah.
With nothing but a pup tent and a shovel.
That's
so
right.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
So you guys are about, I'm guessing you're probably 80s enlistment?
80s, and I started 90, actually 1990. I did.
Yeah,
89.
I was 89.
Yeah.
I went in February 89.
Yeah. So you know what it's like just beating the bush, and you can handle all that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because even though he was artillery, I was forward support. And so whenever infantry or artillery went out, forward support went out.
Yep.
So we were out in the field just like artillery and just like infantry.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Oh, we want to say congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you
it's
very
coming.
much.
Yes, we've been engaged for a while now.
All right. Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are, you know, everything is, you know, coming into, you know, laying into a place for you.
Are you both native to Oklahoma?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The old Okie from Muskogee, that's me. I'm
Yeah,
an
he
Okie
actually
from
lives in
Muskogee.
Muskogee. So
Wow.
But I lived in the city for a while too. I lived in San Francisco back in the early 80s. It was a different time. It was a different city back then.
Right.
But I came back to Oklahoma, and here I stay. So this is home.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you were talking about you don't plan on being there next year. So do you have kind of a timeline in mind of how soon you guys are hoping to find property and everything?
Not necessarily. It's almost like a suddenly moment. We are in the process of downsizing and emptying the house out right now. It's amazing how much stuff you can collect, over time, and we're only about 5 miles from the city dump, and I guarantee you I could go to the city dump consistently every single day, trip after
it's
trip
ridiculous.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't believe that we have
So much stuff.
accumulated all of this stuff. So we're in the process right now of systematically downsizing. So room by room, what's the methodology, the piles, the 3 piles?
Oh, we have the 3 piles. You either keep it, throw it away, or donate.
Right.
That's our
and so that's where we are right now. Coming out of winter now will give us the opportunity to actually go and get a bird's eye view of something that we may be considering.
Right. So have we been looking at properties? Absolutely. We have been looking at properties a lot. Have we been researching? A lot. Alabama is another, the other reason why Alabama is becoming so appealing is because of their lenience on their building codes. Yes, the ability to catch rainwater, the ability to be 100% solar. There's so many benefits. The benefits we have as veterans there. There's just so many benefits to live in Alabama. And, give us palm trees any day, some sand, and we're happy. So it would definitely be the, southern region of Alabama.
Right.
But there are just so many benefits to living in Alabama. Yeah.
And we're just over 30 miles from the Georgia-Alabama border.
Northern border.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good. So you're not too far.
No. How far would we be if we go south though?
Montgomery is like an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. So we would still be within a radius of about an hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, hour 45. Mm-hmm. So if you could visualize the Florida Panhandle and come up from there into Alabama, but still stay south of Montgomery, that would be the Sweetheart area.
Sweetheart place.
Okay.
Yeah, that we're considering.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're getting ready. We packed up. You will see when we do our decluttering video, which I think comes out next week, I think, and you will see just how much I downsized my closet.
Oh, really?
I am ready to go. So we're at a point where we're packing up, we're doing everything necessary, and then we're going to be ready to go. If that's in a month, then that's in a month. If it's in 2 months or 3 months, that's where we're at. Yeah, that's exactly where we're
awesome.
at.
That's very.
I'm sorry.
Best of luck on your search.
I keep looking at you guys here, and I think I'm supposed to be looking at the camera.
I do too, and I'm not looking at the lens, but I'm watching you guys instead.
Yep, same.
Oh goodness.
Right. So our channel sort of evolved to what it is. When we first started talking about doing a YouTube channel, we were considering being YouTubers that went and visited other YouTubers to see the authentic experience of their YouTube channels.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, that was the first model that we were considering.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But then we said, why not just downsize our house and become one of them?
Right. Just start shooting pictures of you, just stuff that you're already doing.
Right.
Are you both retired now, or are either one of you still working outside of the home?
Both retired.
Both retired.
Both are retired. Well,
Good
that's good. That
you.
makes it easier to really focus and get everything going, huh?
Yes, a lot easier. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I know Art is feeling torn because he's so busy at work, but there are days that he's just yearning to be out at the property getting things done out there too.
Well, it's not torture here. I've been on the golf course for 20 years now, and I haven't worked a single day, because when you love what you do, it's not work. So I've been doing what I love for 20 years. So I enjoy it. Now I'm just ready to take that enthusiasm to the homestead.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah. I made him promise me that our homestead's going to look as beautiful as the golf course.
Okay.
You just want to grow some. I'm not worried about the looks. I'm worried about the production, the food. So, yep. All right.
Okay. I noticed you've already gotten started, I think, on doing the bathroom. Was that what we were seeing?
That was a bathroom.
Yeah, we tore some stuff out of the bathroom, right, and tearing some tiles out, and we're going to completely redo the bathroom. So the guys who put that place together must have been some young guys who just DIYers of their own, maybe some hunters, because it's in bad shape. So lots of work.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's a labor of love.
It is a labor of love.
I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see some of the improvements down the road here.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be watching.
I don't know if you saw the comment, but I did agree with you, Art, on the wood for the deck. Yeah, I just love the way wood looks. I just do.
Me too. I love the wood. I'm all about rustic wood. That and metal some, but
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I told her, I said, if we did it your our way, we'd have wood on the floor, wood on the wall, and wood on the ceiling. I need a little bit of white space. I like wood too, but
Look, Art,
you'll have it.
Paint the wood white.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. That'll work. That'll work. Heck yeah, that'll work.
I'm sorry. The girls are supposed to stick together.
Oh, I hear you. But
no,
still.
okay.
No. All right.
I like the wood too, so it is good. Now, what are your plans with your channel? Just keep sharing everything as you go?
It's like whatever. It literally is just picking up the camera and shooting what we're doing. Now, when we decided to do it for ourselves, first, well, let me backtrack. Let me back up a little bit. When and I met, we found out, and we were just friends when we met. We found out that we both love to take pictures. I mean, everywhere you turn, he had a camera in his hand. I had a camera in my hand. We have so many pictures. We could fill the Smithsonian.
Wow.
And so we thought, well, if we're going, you know, one of our thoughts was if we're going to do this, this would be a great way to have pictures in motion. And so we literally pick up the camera to leave some sort of, you know, memory behind for our children and our grandchildren and maybe even our great grandchildren, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of really the passion that I have when I do pick up the camera, because I do love when we edit them, especially when I don't get to something for like a week or two and I go back and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. And it's nice to have that memory move. It's in motion. That memory's in motion.
Yes.
Right. So like right now we've got two large picture frames in the living room, right? And they span all 33 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
they are from when we first met. We got engaged in Iraq, and all the way through our history together.
That's
both,
awesome.
Both panels, you can stand there and you can see our 33 years. And so now we're able to do it, even though we still take pictures, now we're able to do it through video. So
yes.
I think that's going to be the overreaching benefit of the channel.
Yeah,
Right.
that is awesome. That's our goal too, is to leave a legacy for the next generations of our family. And yeah, I love that.
And not to rely on store-bought food. No.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I always wish that, like, my dad's parents died when he was like 9 and 12. So I never got to know my grandparents on his side. So I always think that, you know, should anything happen to us,
Right.
it would be awesome just that there's stuff that our future family members can look at and get to know us and know, you know, what we stood for and what we were like, you know.
Right.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of you guys' time, but is there anything else you wanted to add? I mean, I'll put the links to your channel and everything, but whatever you want to tell people about your channel, you go right ahead.
Well, I mean, we're just a channel that is trying to do our best to give a realistic view to the process of moving from a dependent life where we live on the grid, where basically, I hate to say that phrase, what they call it, slave to the system, but it feels like that. And so we're trying to give that realistic view of going from that to off grid, a very peaceful life. And, you know, just to show people there are parts that it takes time. There is research. It is hard. Some days are harder than others, but the hard days are still joyous days because we're doing it for us and our family. And so that's really what it's about. It's about giving that realistic view and just showing the process. And that hopefully it might help somebody either say, you know what, I don't think I want to move off grid. Or it might say, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm going to go and do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
have your own independence.
Exactly.
Yeah, the rat race is not what it's cut out to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And hopefully we can show our kids, maybe they're seeing something behind the scenes that would make them feel that same way down the road, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I tell Art I want I would love to build a little schoolhouse in the middle of our property and homeschool all of the grandkids so that our kids can go do their careers and, you know, do what they want to do. And I'll homeschool all the grandkids so that nobody has to worry about what's being taught to their children, because I have a big issue with that these days. And
look, now that's a whole other conversation.
That is. That is.
Yeah, things just aren't the same anymore, are they?
Yeah, when you look back and realize that today, fun, every time you mention fun, you have to cut a check for it. But when we grew up,
right,
money wasn't necessarily involved in having fun. So to be out of the rat race, to be able to run, you know, just play on a full day. But the way we live today, if you want to have fun, you have to cut a check to go have fun. And it shouldn't be that way.
Even when we do things like our granddaughter, the one that's here, even when we do stuff with her, it's almost like if we just really want her to get out and just do something, it is like 75 to 85% of the time it is you got to cut a check. But when I just asked her last week, I said, when Gigi gets her homestead, are you gonna come to the farm so you can have your own? Gigi can make you your own petting zoo. She was like, "Yes, Gigi, that's free. That's free.
Right.
That's
she
free.
She can run to her heart's content. We're gonna get some ATVs, with just the whole 9 yards, swings, everything.
Yes, that's
get on bikes. You know, just stuff we did when we were kids.
Yes.
Right. And that's going to be a new way of fun for them. And they're going to discover that fun and say, hey, this is fun. You know, enjoy it, you know.
Exactly.
So, absolutely.
Our dog will be happy because he won't have to worry about getting in trouble for running in the streets or running out the backyard or being limited to when we're in the front. So he'll be free to roam wherever he would like to roam.
That's good.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. And I'll make sure to put
Thank you for having us.
Now, if you enjoyed getting to know Will and Odette a little bit like we have, then remember we have much more of the interview over on Second Mile DIY, and I will make sure to link that up here if I can. Also, at the end of the video, I will link to their channel so that you can jump straight over there and check them out. And then also, if you are a creator yourself, I am still doing some creator interviews for this channel. So in the description and in the pinned comment, I'll have the link so that you can let me know that you would like to do an interview. I have a form for you to look over so that there's no surprise questions or anything. And we would love to talk about your channel and go more in depth for the creator side. And again, if you're interested in homesteading or off-grid, I encourage you to go check out Life on Purpose Off-Grid and also our Second Mile DIY channel. So I hope to see you over there, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. And remember to go the second mile today for someone in your life and with your resources.